Before the SEBI Grade A exam, many of you were worried which accounting standard you shall study. Many ask us the question whether we need to study all the management theories. Now you know the answer. I am doing the analysis of the SEBI Grade A exam, paper 1 essay where on the very common topic, mergers of bank, teamwork importance for any organization, about fake news. You know, in social media time, so many fake news are going in WhatsApp, in Facebook. Lot of talk is going about managing the content on the web. टेक्नोलॉजी टू डिटेक्ट फाइनेंशियल क्राइम्स आरबीआई कहता है every government organization is trying to make you understand about this. In reading comprehension, the paragraph was related to concept of money, a very favorite topic I discuss in my classes. And in Presi, it is based on the behavioral finance, psychology and biases, investment in stock market, why behavioral finance is studied. This is also related to what we have been discussing, but what matters more here is your writing skills. I'm coming to that. For paper 2, as expected, it is conceptual knowledge. 7 questions from Companies Act, where you were worried about which are the sections and subsections you have to remember. But most of the questions were conceptual, audit related. See, SEBI's work, when you are joining as a assistant manager in SEBI, you are basically doing what is happening wrong in the market. You are a watchdog for the market. Auditor related questions, shares, because SEBI is a market regulator, capital market regulator, you need to understand shares. Lot of questions on that, but lot of section related questions, penalty related questions. People were saying, sir, in your notes the penalty amount is not updated, but why SEBI will ask on the penalty? So these kind of things are not asked. We have to learn from the experience. Same in finance, there was no need of scientific calculator to do long numericals. These were not asked. There were questions of basic level, conceptual finance, and also financial awareness, what is happening today in the market. Economics also, all terms in news, fiscal deficit. The formula was asked, but you need to understand what is fiscal deficit. It does not include the borrowing of the government, because government borrows to make up the fiscal deficit. So conceptual understanding is very important. No current account, GBA, GDP, money supply, etc. On account of commerce, there were 7 questions which were mostly related to cash flows, ratio based. Accounting standard related, journal entries, etc. are not asked, with many people, especially those who are coming from commerce and accounting background, CAs, MComs, BCom, they were asking these in all our discussions. Many comment are on YouTube, and we have been regularly saying that need not to go into these kind of detail because the exam is meant for journalists. Engineering students are also going to crack the exam. For costing, 8 questions, numerical, simple. Some were lengthy, but it was concept based. No scientific calculator were required. Management, generic questions, common sense based, which is not actually very common, with tricky options, manager role based, HR trait based. There were not questions related to too many theories. So overall, it is mostly of the conceptual knowledge which was tested. And here in ixamBee, we have been talking always about the concept. We keep on repeating that, make your fundamental stronger. And we do daily classes to clear your queries, to build a stronger concept, to build your fundamentals. These are the most of the questions coming in the exam. The discussions which are happening with the faculty and also with the peers, because many times you don't have a question, but somebody asks a question in the class and you also learn in that. Somebody makes a comment. In our classes, you can speak, you know that, and there is no misguidance. Very important aspect, because today I have seen many platforms, people are reading something from somewhere, they hardly have any idea about the exam and quoting based on that. I would say ignorance is better than this misguidance. Regular descriptive English practice we are doing. In ixamBee, we are giving the personalized feedback. You attempt the mock test and we are giving you detailed personalized feedback to improve your English writing. Now you can expect an interview call. You know the cutoff required minimum is 40%, with 2/3 weightage of the paper 2 and 1/3 weightage of the paper 1. You know that 3 times of the vacancies candidate will be called for the interview. Now you are not going to be called for an interview if you score just 40%. You have to be in top 240 people. If I am talking about journal, for legal it is 102 and likewise 15 for research, and as some number will be there. Now the real competition starts, and the expectation is if you score say more than 150 out of 200. Do not waste your time. Do not waste your time in the over-analysis of the exam. Rather plan. If you have attempted all questions in paper 1 and you have done more than 38-35 questions here with 95% accuracy, so you can expect that overall you are going to score 150 plus, because this is to be taken 200 marks. Then you shall plan for your interview, which is though 15%, but every extra mark in a final selection. Of course, your phase 2 is going to be 85%. But in RBI Grade B, there were people getting less marks in interview still got, and having higher marks in interview, and that made their selection final. So you have done already this phase 2. Now you have interview to do. About interview, you must know that it is a test of the personality primarily. It is about your attitude towards work, life, and people in general. So you have to come out like an officer. We call it sometimes OLQ, officer-like quality. Are you the right fit for the organization? Are you a thinking mind? Because there will be new situations, you have to find out a new solution for that. Interview is not about your rote knowledge. Already 2 level of written exam you have done. They don't want to hear all good thing about SEBI. Many a time we have seen that people start talking good thing about the organization as if somebody will give you a job because you are appreciating the organization. You cannot be 100% right all the time. In interview, that may be in discussion questions, but interview is important because it can make or break your chances of selection. Problem is, unlike written exam, there is no set questions here. It varies candidate to candidate. You are unique. As per your profile, your discussion questions will be asked, and it depends on you. You can drive the interview depending on how you answer. 95% of the time you are speaking in the interview. It revolves around 2 aspects. One is personal, because you cannot say I don't know my strength or weakness. What you have done till now, your education, work profile, your interest, strength, weaknesses, failure, successes. You have to know yourself well, and you have to be in a position to answer that in say 30 seconds, 1 minute, in a very crisp and logical manner. This looks easy, but I'm telling you it is difficult. The technical part is also there, and this technical part depends also on your profile. Suppose you are coming with accounting degree or you are coming with a mechanical, then it depends on how you respond. So whatever is asked, the way you respond, that drives the next question. You must be aware about the latest news, what is happening all around the world, especially about the finance world, where SEBI operates, market. Wherever you have worked or you have got some education, this thing also you shall know. So to summarize, know yourself first, structure your HR related answers, your strengths, weaknesses, read the news, be aware of what is happening in the world, and read editorials, form an opinion, not that very strong opinion in everything, but at least understand both sides of the coin. Do not fake. Panelists have much more experience than your age. If you fake, trust me, you will be caught. They tell you or not, it depends. And last point, practice. Interview is more about skill than your knowledge. It is about showcasing your personality. And at ixamBee, we have conducted mock interview for thousands of candidates for exams like RBI, NABARD, SEBI, and provide them genuine advice depending on the requirement of the organization. Here, one size fits all approach does not work here. Highest selection rate after the mock interview we have witnessed. See the comment of our candidates selected in SEBI, ixamBee interview guidance. There are hundreds of such candidates who have written about interview guidance, how we gave them tailor-made advice because of the experience of the panel member. ixamBee has those who have worked in top-level regulatory organizations and have also a strong education background. Spending 40-45 minutes 101 with these people will let you know what you shall say, how you shall say, what are the mistakes you shall avoid. We have other panelists also, those who will be there in the interview panel. Take advantage of ixamBee's expertise, utilize your time. If you have any questions, you can contact to us at 9205524028. Subscribe to the channel for more updates. Government job exams are made easy by ixamBee.